I do need to return to the hospital. Because there was another investigation that I've been putting off for quite a while. I finally got the drugs from the pharmacy for Dr. Strickland, but it turned out to be opium. So we're probably going to back Dr. Ackroyd over the surgery. Right, I'm going to return to the hospital. I'm going to hand in the drugs. See if we can hand them to Dr. Ackroyd rather than to Dr. Strickland. And then after that, I think we'll have exhausted what we can do for the moment, and therefore it will be a good time to evolve.
Patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Redoubling their patrols around the hospital. That is not a good sign. I'm gonna have to check around every corner now. But for the moment, the hospital is safe. We did actually need to check the morgue. Nurse Brannigan seemed to believe that Mrs. Jones, was it, could have ended up down here. I think it's worth a quick investigate. Nope. Okay. Let's deal with these. We really do just leave the morgue wide open. It is always infested by Scarl. Maybe people in their last-ditch effort when they're turning into Scarl is to come here and look for medicine. Right, downstairs. That's it. Let's just clear this place out. Right, disarm it. Careful. Ooh, okay, that's quite a few of them. Can you freeze for a moment? Oh, get off me, you cheeky bugger. Heal, play it safe. A bit of blood back. One hit, come on. There we are, got that one. Oh, is this the one that enrages the rest? Oh, you... Come on. Train you a bit. Oh, you were a bitey one, mister. How do you like being thin? Stab. Slice. Here we are. Okay. Bit more action than I was expecting down here. You know what, let's use the gun. How much damage does that do? It does a decent bit of damage. Sort of after the armor's been knocked off, but not a whole lot. Let's get over here and unleash the beast. Do a wide amount of damage. Here we are. Is that all of them? Excellent. Alright, we'll take what they've got. Just double check. Mrs. Jones has not found her way down here in her unlife. No. Nope. I'm not even going to bother dealing with them. There'll be more Scarl in here by tomorrow night. I think it's safe to say Miss Jones is not down here. Dr. Ackroyd, let's have a quick chat.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
I know, I appreciate that. I'm just checking if No, I definitely can't give you the opium.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Right, thank you. Right. Strickland. Dr. Strickland.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Well, I could probably help you, but first things first, your pharmacist is... Well, I'm afraid his pharmacy won't be open for a while. He's dead.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing.
Oh,
All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize
Tests on
you could
hopeless
create
cases?
a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Is it all you're asking for? Tell me about these tests you're running on hopeless cases, as you put it.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles
We're not
and books.
gods, though.
You performed the most daring research during the war.
The war was different. Life and... I know this is still life and death, but... You know, performing a blood transfusion because there's a soldier who's been shot and he's losing blood is one thing, and now you're just treating on people who are sick with influenza. Or experimenting on people who are sick. I think you should slow down with your research. As I said, you need a healthy dose of cynicism. We are not gods. We're people, we're treating people.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
He might be onto me a little bit. He's got a point. Nothing else to talk to him about. Tell me, from your perspective, of Ackroyd's aversion to modern methods.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
I think you are the proud, arrogant one. I think this is the pot calling the kettle black. From what I've spoken to Ackroyd about, he is not the person you portray him as.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Well,
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
so do I have the ingredients to make this adjusted mixture? Let's check. It's worth a look. If we can water down the formula so it's a little less intense, that would be a good thing. So my medical desk. Where is my medical desk? This isn't it. Here we are.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd. The flower's dying. It needs water.
It needs water. There's a tap over here. I don't know why I can't just pick up the plant, pop it in the sink, rinse it with a bit of water, and we're good to go for a little bit still. Right. It's a difficult one now because I've made a substance that could help. I am much more confident in my medical abilities than my young colleagues. I don't want him to be carried away. However, Dr. Ackroyd, his approach is to go with the standard methods, and people are dying with those methods. With my formula, I will give my permission for Dr. Thoreau Strickland to go ahead.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have approved your mixture. You are to use the improved mixture and no other.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive? Or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
I'll do that now. The key to their office.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'll put the placebo there. I'm happy for this placebo to be used. It's very diluted. So there's no risk of any overdosing going on if he follows the prescribed doses and actually does as I've told him to. This is their office. Ooh.
It's locked, all right.
Is there anything else I can find in here that will be of any assistance? But do I? No, I'm not going to pinch money. This, however, let's have a look. A letter to Dr. Swansea. Dear Dr. Swansea, despite the actual urgency of the sanitary situation, I must inform you of a recent case of professional misconduct inside the Pembroke. Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan has been found guilty of undeniable unprofessional conduct and thus guilty of endangering a patient. Under no circumstances should a nurse diagnose and establish a prescription without at least informing the referent doctor about her conclusion. You know me, Edgar. I'm not against personal initiative when it is for the interest of all, especially during a crisis like the one we are facing, but we can't allow a nurse to perform a diagnosis and decide on a procedure to apply to a patient. The fact that said patient survived is no attenuating circumstance. It just means we dodged a bullet this time. I demand the strictest authority on this matter. Very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. We should go have a word with Nurse Brannigan. I appreciate that Dr. Tibbets admires her knowledge and considers her a doctor, but she is not a doctor still. There will be gaps in her knowledge. M. Goswick's medical file. That's the man with the injured arm, is it not? Oh no, that's the gentleman who was suicidal. Failed attempt. 23, date of admission, date of release. Notes the patient shows many signs of extreme fatigue and major sores on the throat, mouth and tongue, but no sign of flu. Refuses to speak, claims it is too painful. Needs rest and healing of throat mucous membrane before any decision can be made concerning his release. There's nothing new there. Is there? We could still perhaps talk to him.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Which cabinet am I? Ah, here.
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
I think we have come to the best solution. Because we're trying something slightly different, and it's a formula that can't be used to kill anyone. Now, let's go have a word with Nurse Brannigan and Mr. Goswick. Who first? Well, there's Nurse Brannigan. Is it? Yes.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Well, I've heard through the grapevine you've been accused of unprofessional conduct.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, Nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
You're mistaken. Oh, say when I say you're mistaken, I better be saying that she's mistaken because I appreciate what she's saying, and I'm completely on her side when it comes like she has the knowledge, why shouldn't she be a doctor? But the fact is, she is not a doctor. There will be gaps in her knowledge. She wouldn't have had the exact same training. I'm not saying that she doesn't have amazing knowledge and that she's not capable of being a doctor, or it's not right that she isn't a doctor. You know, it's just that it wasn't her place to make that decision because she is a nurse. Right or wrong, it wasn't her place to do it.
You're mistaken, Nurse Brannigan. To be forbidden to enter medical school because of your gender is one thing. To break hospital rules is another.
Yes,
You have
exactly.
the right to study. Shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth.
I'm not suggesting
That's
that.
all I'm saying.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. It should have nothing to do with sex, gender, race, wealth, anything like that. But you are still a nurse here. I'll leave you be.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
And if there's a doctor in charge of the care of the patient, they won't take kindly to the fact that somebody's, or anyone, even another doctor, would have interfered with that treatment. Can we speak?
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Can I speak to you? No, I don't believe so. Ah, here we are. About your condition.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
So you actually are... You have some immunity to the Spanish influenza. I'll leave you be.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
Right, can I speak to your mother?
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
He seems to be doing relatively well, all things considered. I'm not discussing... Well, I tell you what, we can actually probably discuss the notes. No, wait, she didn't find the note, did she? Let's try it. I'm not gonna breach his confidence about him trying to kill himself again, but I can't remember if she knew about the note.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you?
Punish you?
Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
So, well, that's a little bit of a selfish position. You didn't think he would kill himself because he'd put you first, without really thinking about his well-being. Well, the good news is your son isn't dying.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
He seems quite happy just to rest here for the moment. I'll leave you be.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
And he knows that, well, he believes that people here deserve more attention than him. Now, let's see. I think I want to head back towards the docks. Milton, have you anything for sale? Yes, I think I want to head back towards the docks before I evolve, because if I can get there a little safely, having cleared out the streets a bit, it'll just make my journey a little bit easier. There's another one of those. Zip up there, you won't be able to see me. Oh, have I been spotted? No? False alarm? Right, let's go. Hopefully it can't see me, whatever the guy is with that staff. Another one. Snip down here. We can nip over this way. I know the pharmacy was safe. And I've unlocked it. Excellent. Limehouse Dock. Oh, hang on a minute. Where's... no, I know where I am. I've reoriented myself. I know where I am. Can I? Because this is the turtle, this is the pub, and there was a locked door leading to the yard. I want to know if I can actually get to that yard. What if I... That a bit of a push? Yes, I won't be able to reach that. That's too far. Perhaps another time. Or another place. Before we evolve, we're going to check out that. And then we will evolve. I've been putting this off, but we have a lot more experience now than we did. Well, hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. Let's, first of all, try around here. I might be able to make it from this dock. If not, we're trying the balconies out the back. No, it's not going to be any good from here. What about... Yeah, no. Right, last but not least.
Are they stupid or something?
Just as likely to cause a problem
Been to India.
No, I definitely can't get behind there. So we'll leave that be for now. Safe house time.
So few clients.
We can zip up there. Without anyone noticing. Oh, how brazen can I be to just use my vampire powers in front of a vampire hunter? You two...
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for our...
Your sweet queen.
I hope the rumors about Clay are true. Otherwise...
The rumors about Clay being dead. Otherwise what? You're not up to anything suspicious. Right, let's go up here. Home sweet home for the night. Now, let's double check the workbench again. Did I get the materials I need? I don't. No, I don't. Right. Rest. Now, I am wondering whether I should go back to using one of the aggressive abilities, because I have both blood barrier and coagulation to use, and none of the aggressive abilities right now. I could start using Spring instead of coagulation, because I did unlock that. I think that might be an idea before we start doing anything else. It would help me get around, deal damage, maybe do a bit of stagger. But blood barrier. 2 hits absorbed. It's tempting. It is very tempting. I could do... That's 1,300. That's... I can't afford that. What's the next stage? When your barrier disappears, it explodes and deals damage to anyone nearby. That would be quite a good one, I think, because that would stagger people back and give me space, create an invisible barrier, absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. So basically, this absorbs more hits. Or the other form is, it absorbs fewer hits, but it deals damage. Ultimate has been very useful. I can't upgrade that yet, I'm not high enough level. But I absolutely will be getting that one. That is a very good panic moment. Time to unleash the beast. Shadow Veil. I really like Shadow Veil. Recovery time is down. And the upgrades are either it costs no blood. I can dodge while using Shadow Veil. Or it's I deal a lot of damage when I come out of it. The Bite. Increasing stamina seems to be like a no-brainer. I use a lot of stamina. I could even do it again, but let's not get too carried away. I could increase my health by a further 50 points. That is rather tempting as well. Bite. That's... I'm doubling the damage of the bite for 600 blood. I think that's a good one. Can we... increase your life regen when you use Bite in combat? I think that's less pressing, really, than the damage. Increase the number of bullets you carry. I don't really use the gun all that much. Increased health. That's 1,000. What do I do? These are tough choices. I'm thinking I actually do want Blood Spear. Because right now, the enemy I need to face is a flamethrower. And I want to avoid the flamethrower. And this is a range attack that passes through enemies. So it would be good when they're all clumped together. I could try and hit multiple people. We're doing it. We've purchased it. I have 500 blood remaining. I don't think it's enough to level me up. I could increase my blood capacity. I think that's probably a good idea. Because right now I do max out the blood I'm carrying rather easily. And nothing is below 300 blood, is it? No. Okay. Let us evolve. And try that gentleman with the flamethrower again. We've improved the status of this district a fair bit. we've still not met any of these people. There's quite a few people missing. At least people I've not been able to find. That's another 2,700 experience. I'm not strong enough to mesmerize him though, so I shouldn't lose too much sleep over it. And who knows what's going to happen with Father Hampton. If he's a Skull, I may well have to end up embracing him anyway. We're probably going to have to put him down in the nicest possible way so he doesn't harm anyone else. Oh? Oh, hang on a minute. What's happened here? Fatigue, 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 fatigue. Everyone is fatigued here now. I'm going to have to go and treat these people. I can't, especially my hospital staff. I can't have my staff suffering. And also, I'd rather not have my patients suffering. So over there, that's Prue and Guard. And we have one of these beasts feasting on one of his friends. And then round this corner, we have more Prue and Guard. This man is literally watching a vampire eat his... Oh no, the thing... Okay, he's seeing me. Shit. Right, okay. Right, no, this isn't quite what I wanted, but I can test this out. Oh. Right. Well, I guess I'll do their job for them. Oh, you know what? Why don't we put aside our differences for a minute and just deal with them? No? No? Fine. Unleash on all of you. Oh, that was... You're welcome, by the way, big guy. Oh, no, you know what? No, don't eat them. I don't want you getting stronger. No, stay over here. Oh, okay, that was close. Oh, I got my blood shield down just in time. Oh! No, no feeding. Ow! Sugar. Please. No, back. Oh. Okay, right, that was a little bit close. I'm gonna have to feed on some rats. As gross as it is.
Thirst for blood.
Come on, I'm sorry, Mr. Rat. I'm sorry, I don't want to do this either.
Doing this.
Oh, let's get a couple of heals in. Yeah, I really need to improve my heal now I've got more health. This is quite draining. Last one for luck. Here we are. Right. Sorry, buddy.
I have this thirst for blood.
It's quite sickening, but come here. Come here.
This is despicable.
It is despicable. It really is. Any more, though? What's more despicable is I'm looking around for more.